UAE-based buy now, pay later player Tabby has secured $700 million in debt financing from JP Morgan. It's also extended its Series D round to $250 million. Tabby, of course, in November secured $200 million in Series D funding at a $1.5 billion valuation, making it the Middle East North African region's first fintech unicorn, ahead of what is to be a planned IPO in Saudi Arabia. Tunde Balogun joins us now. He is, of course, a buy now, pay later player in Nigeria, the co-founder and CEO of SmallSmall. Tunde, good morning to you. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
What do you make of these staggering numbers that we're seeing from this from Tabby over in the Middle East?
It's crazy because when you look at how old Tabby is, just 3-year-old company.
Wow.
It's insane. But then it speaks to investor confidence in a market like UAE. I mean, we've seen these things happen in more developed economy like US and even UK and other climes, right? But seeing it happening in UAE at the rate it's happening is insane. You know, so yeah, I believe that they have a great future. Their tech space, their ecosystem has a great future, and I can't wait to see this happening in Nigeria as well.
Okay, so let's bring it to Nigeria. You're in the buy now, pay later space, and you guys are trying to disrupt the mortgage market. How are you doing that?
So, I mean, yeah, we've disrupted with Rent SmallSmall, the monthly rental space with Rent SmallSmall, which was our first product. We even won an award last year, OAT award.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, as the disruptor of the year. But then when we looked at our journey under Rent SmallSmall, with Rent SmallSmall, we saw that one of the biggest challenges is supply. You know, and then the new generation Nigerians, they don't have access to home ownership. There is no clear path to home ownership. You know, the barrier is so high, mortgage rate and all of those things, they're just ridiculous, right? So that's why we decided that, you know what, we're not just going to sit around. Since we've done this in the monthly rental space, let's extend this to property ownership as well. And we started piloting different models since 2021. We've seen what works and what doesn't work. With our model now, a young person, an aspiring homeowner can go on, buy SmallSmall, identify a property they are interested in, and then be able to just pay 5% down payment to lock down the unit, have a window of 9 months to pay about 35%, and then we give them a 5 years payment spread on the balance. We started our own buy now, pay later in 2021. We did first 12 months just to test the market, and we were sold out. And then we extended that from 12 months to 3 years. And then again, we were sold out. Now we've extended it to 5 years. And the interesting bit is that, again, if we are not doing it, then who is going to do it? The mortgage banks in Nigeria, sadly, when you look at even their books, right, the percentage of mortgage adoption is less than 5% of their entire book. So what it means is that they are using their fund to fund other things. Other things.
Not
like
doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Money to developers for a short term and get a very high return on that fund. Because I've had meetings with some of the top mortgage banks, MD, and I even have relationship with some of these guys. And it's almost like Nigeria has happened to them. They don't see any other way, and they are so traditional in their outlook. But we are young, and we just really want to continue driving this. Home ownership is very important.
It is the Nigerian dream to start a family, if you're working and you're earning a salary, to put a small down payment and pay off your home over time. Everybody wants to own a home, and everybody deserves to own a home. Although, look, I will say the government is doing something, like pensions. Now, I understand you can allocate like 25% of your pension towards home ownership and so on and so forth. Talk about, look, that's Tabby in the United States. SmallSmall in, UAE, thank you, sir. SmallSmall in Nigeria. Both of you have online platforms in common. What's the advantage of an online platform in terms of pooling individuals or whoever that want to get access to these properties?
So one of the, tech is an enabler.
It's religion.
Much. Yeah, it's an enabler.
Yep.
It's supposed to drive scale, which is what Tabby is doing now. When you look at the amount of users, UAE is a population of about 10 million. Tabby has 10 million users. So it means that they've been able to even extend, their adoption beyond UAE itself to like other Middle Eastern countries, right? And when you look at what we are doing as well, we've made the process so seamless that you can just go and buy SmallSmall and be able to find what you're looking for. Before now, if you I've gone through mortgage process in Nigeria. I think the first time I did that was 2018. And sadly, I went through the entire process and I was still unable to get the mortgage and I lost money.
Wow.
You know, now you don't have to go through with a platform like Buy Small Small, right? You don't have to go through the rigorous process. You literally can lock a property today. You know, and one of the things that I'm excited about the most, we were the first PropTech in Nigeria to raise a seed round in the amount we raised last year, you know, and then we were the second largest in Africa, right? When you look at fintech, they've raised significant amount of money, but PropTech is still like finding its footing because of, you know, the technicality around it. It's a brick and mortar space, largely, very traditional space, but then technology is an enabler. It can be introduced into anything. And that's what we are doing.
Yeah.
Monthly rental, people can now pay their rent monthly by going on Rent Small Small. And then now with home ownership, people can now own homes in Nigeria by just paying, going by the structure we've put in place. We are excited about the future because we know that Tabi, what they've done, we are also going to do and exceed that in a short time.
Now, I do have to ask you though, because we're getting excited here. This is good stuff. Young people using technology to change the future here. Defaults. If you're doing buy now, pay later, all right, that means you're paying over time. There are defaults. I mean, and the numbers are there in the US and elsewhere. How do you handle defaults? Is it insurance or what?
So again, we are not just small by name. We're actually small by way. So a lot of the things we've done in the last 6 years that we've been in business is literally learning the rope. You know, taking our time a bit, even though we're a tech-driven company, scale to happen fast. But in a climate like Nigeria, you also want to learn, you know, just take it one step at a time to really see the dynamics of the market and position you want to take, right? So when you look at how we've handled default with Rent Small Small, a lot of people told us when we were starting that you guys are crazy, like default is going to be high and all of that. But we've been able to maintain a very low default rate with Rent Small Small. You know, so we are literally taking all the learning curves with Rent Small Small, bringing into the Buy Small Small as well. Of course, we vet you before we allow you to take up a unit, and all of that happen in a matter of hours. Like literally, you can get a unit, get verified, make your lockdown fee to lock a unit. And what we've also done is that we are working with local institutions right now that will allow us to securitize this alternative mortgage that we are providing. So what that means is that we can do a transaction of, let's say, 1 billion, securitize that transaction so that we don't keep those funding or cost on our own books.
On your books, gotcha.
With that securitization, we can immediately get additional funds to even do more. You know, even before we raise our Series A, because we are looking to raise our Series A by next year. What figure that is going to be?
To be up to the investors.
I want to do Tabi as well. I want to raise 700 million, you know, even more. But yes, we're learning the ropes and we are really making things happen in Nigeria.
Tunde Balogun, co-founder, CEO of SmallSmall. Thank you so much for preaching to us about what technology is able to do if you put your mind and your skills to it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.